Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thanks for stopping by the Stampin' Scrapbook Expo blog and YouTube channel today. So actually the day that this video goes live, I am in Denver, Colorado teaching a couple of really fun classes that I also taught in at the Schaumburg Expo, and I'll be teaching in Sacramento and Ontario as well. So I will make sure and put the link to the video that goes into more detail of the videos. I guess there's two of them that go into more details about these classes in the video description below, so that if you're in those areas you can stop by and say hello and hopefully take one of my classes or both of my classes. I would love to meet some of our YouTube subscribers. So one of the classes I will be teaching is all about sketches. And so today for my Inspiration Station post, I thought that it would be fun to create a layout using a sketch. And I found this sketch, and you'll have to excuse the bad printing here. My printer is about out of ink, and I won't have any more until later this week. So I will make sure and put a link to the sketch in the video description as well, so you can check that out too. But this is the sketch I'll be using, and it is by Susan Stringfellow. And as you can see, it's got one 4x6 photo, a few strips of pattern paper, title, journaling. It's a pretty basic sketch, which is kind of the way that I like sketches to be. I like the more basic sketches that can just give me a little starting point that I can, and then I can kind of take it from there and finish things up. So sometimes the hardest part for me is just getting started, and I think that's why I like sketches so much, is because they do give me a really great starting point. So there's the sketch. I'm going to set that aside for just a minute and show you the products that I'm working with today. So today I have the Farmhouse Stew Collection by Jelly Bean Soup. So I have several pattern papers. I have the letter die cuts, so the alphabet die cuts, some puffy stickers, which are super cute, and some pattern papers, as I mentioned, and then some, these are called soup labels. They're word stickers. So I'm not positive that I'm going to use these, but we'll just kind of see how things go. So here's the photo I have. It is one 4x6 photo. I chose this photo. I have a ton of photos from this event, actually. But as you can imagine, there was 4 little boys at a carnival with rides moving and them moving, and so I didn't get a lot of really great photos, but I did get this one that I absolutely love. So that's the photo that I'm going to be using today. I wanted to give you just one quick tip. I print all of my photos at home, and when I print them, I take a little bit of post-it tape and I write the date and the name of the event on post-it tape, and I stick it on the back of the photo. And that way it just saves me a little bit of time, and I don't have to spend extra time finding my phone, first of all, because I never know where it is. Anyway, finding my phone and then, you know, scrolling through to find the photo and find the date. So that's just a quick tip if you do print your photos at home. It's also a great tip if you print your photos, you know, if you get them printed somewhere else. You can do the same thing when you get the print. Just write it on a little bit of post-it tape or any kind of removable tape. Just don't write on the back of your photos, because that eventually can bleed through to the front of your photos. Anyway, so that's kind of my little soapbox today about photo printing. So we're going to set that aside for just a minute, and I've pulled my laser square out here, and I'm going to use that just to place the strips. So I've pre-cut them to 2 inches by 11 inches. That's right. So 2 inches by 11 inches. And then I also took them to my sewing machine and stitched around them with white thread just to create a little bit of interest, a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to adhere these strips, and this is where my laser square is going to come in handy. So I am not very good at measuring. You can ask my husband or my kids. It's really not my strong suit. And so I do use this laser square all of the time to line things up. So I just set this bottom one at 1/2 inch from the bottom, because there's a 1/2 inch margin from the top and from the bottom. And then this is, the top one is just set at 6 inches so that I can see the middle of my layout. And I'm going to turn this top one off and just use this bottom one to finish things up. Okay, so now I have all of my strips in place. So we can set that laser square aside, and we'll bring the sketch back out to compare the placement of the photo. So in the sketch you can see there's this black line that could be either pattern paper or ribbon, washi tape, any number of things. And I'm going to go ahead and skip this portion of the sketch. So I'm going to leave off this black line and the dotted line. And I'm going to adhere my photo. Scoot my laser square back over here. Just readjust that and then put my photo in place. Okay, and then below the photo here we have the title. And in the sketch, the title slightly overlaps the photo. But instead of doing that, I am going to bump my title down a little bit. As you can see from this photo, it's a pretty busy photo, and I don't want to cover anything in that photo up. So this is where my title is going to go. And I'm going to take a few strips of fun foam. This is just white fun foam that, you know, I think I got this at Amazon, but you can get it a number of places, I think, just including Walmart, any local craft store. And I just like to use it as dimensional adhesive. It's a little less expensive, and I just like the amount of dimension that it gives. So I'll go ahead and just get my foam adhesive on my title and get my title in place. So I have the word fair for my title in place, and then I just wanted to add this die cut word that says memories, and this is from the die cut sheet that comes with the Farmhouse Stew Collection Kit. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive here and just put this right along the bottom, just slightly overlapping that word fair. And then I have just a little bit of journaling to put in place. And here on the sketch, the journaling kind of goes below and to the side of the title. And I think that that's where I'm going to end up putting mine as well. I did print my journaling on some just white printer paper, added a little bit of adhesive, and put it on a bit of wax paper. And I do that just so I can do exactly what I just did. So I can kind of move it around the layout and decide which is going to be where it's going to fit the best. So I have this little clock that I wanted to add as just a little bit of embellishment. And I think I'm going to add some foam adhesive to that, but I want it to stand up a little bit, pop off the page a little bit more than my title. And so I'm going to use just some pop dots. These are just a little bit thicker than the fun foam. So we'll go ahead and place that die cut right there. And then the one last little bit that I knew for sure that I wanted to use on this layout just is a little die cut that says "Enjoy the Ride," which I thought was perfect for a layout about amusement park rides. So we'll just add that right up there to the top. And then I thought some puffy stickers that would be fun. So I love this little truck. I thought that's actually, I'm going to put it right up here. And then I want a circular element to go right here in the middle of the clock. So I think that this little "Enjoy" sticker is going to work the best. And then I think I'll finish things off with just a few of these puffy hearts. We'll put the puffy hearts in 3 portions of the layout. So right up here, right over here, and then I think a couple just right here by the journaling to create that visual triangle. Okay, and I'm going to leave it at that because I do have an odd number, and I like to put things in odd numbers. So the last thing I'm going to add to this layout is the date stamp. And I'm going to, this is a date stamp that has a sentiment and then the date. And I'm just going to ink the portion that has the date. I'm going to put it right there, so I don't really have enough room for a sentiment too. And then I'm going to use this little piece of Post-it tape just kind of to block, so if there's any leftover ink, that it doesn't get onto my layout, which doesn't look like it would have been a problem this time, but it's always nice to have that there just in case. And so with that, I'm going to call this one finished. If you are going to the Denver Expo, make sure you come find me and say hello, and I'd love to have you in my workshops. The same goes for Sacramento and Ontario. So thanks again for joining me. Make sure that if you haven't done so, you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I will have some more fun videos coming up this fall, kind of a little bit more about the classes that I have been teaching. So thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.